A recession is a serious economic downturn. It means the economy shrinks for a while, businesses struggle, and people lose jobs. Recessions hurt everyone, from families to entire nations. Understanding the warning signs is crucial. We need to be aware of the risks and take action to protect ourselves and our economy. Ignoring the problem won't make it go away. Several factors are raising concerns about a possible recession in the U.S. Trade tensions and uncertainty are hurting businesses and slowing down global trade. Rising interest rates make it more expensive to borrow money, discouraging investment and spending. Additionally, high inflation is eating into consumer purchasing power, further dampening economic activity. These combined forces create a perfect storm that could push the U.S. economy into a recession. Trade wars, like the ongoing one between the US and China, harm everyone involved. Tariffs, which are taxes on imported goods, raise prices for consumers and businesses. This reduces demand for goods and services, hurting economic growth. Trade wars also disrupt supply chains, making it harder for businesses to get the materials they need. This uncertainty and instability create a drag on economic activity, increasing the risk of a recession. Consumer spending is a major driver of the U.S. economy. It accounts for nearly 70% of the total economic activity. When people are out shopping, dining, and spending money, businesses thrive, jobs are created, and the economy grows. This cycle of spending and growth is essential for a healthy economy. When consumers are confident about the future, they spend more, boosting economic growth. This confidence often stems from a stable job market, rising wages, and a sense of financial security. People are more likely to make big purchases, like buying a new car or home, and enjoy leisure activities, such as dining out or traveling. However, when consumers are worried about the economy, they tend to cut back on spending, leading to slower growth or even a recession. Concerns about job security, stagnant wages, or rising costs can make people more cautious with their money. They might delay or cancel plans to buy big-ticket items, reduce their discretionary spending, and focus on saving instead. Currently, several factors are making consumers uneasy. The ongoing uncertainty in the global markets, political instability, and the lingering effects of the pandemic are all contributing to a sense of economic anxiety. People are constantly bombarded with news about potential economic downturns, which only adds to their worries. High inflation is eroding purchasing power, making everyday essentials more expensive. From groceries to gas, the rising costs are squeezing household budgets. Families are finding it harder to make ends meet, and this financial strain is forcing them to make tough choices about their spending. Meanwhile, rising interest rates make it more expensive to borrow money. Whether it's a mortgage, car loan, or credit card debt, higher interest rates mean higher monthly payments. This can deter people from taking out new loans or lead them to cut back on other expenses to manage their debt. This combination of factors is causing consumers to tighten their belts, posing a significant risk to the economy. As people spend less, businesses see lower revenues, which can lead to layoffs and further economic decline. It's a delicate balance, and finding ways to restore consumer confidence is crucial for sustaining economic growth. Section 5. Data doesn't lie. Evidence of economic trouble. Recent economic data paints a worrying picture. The stock market has been volatile, reflecting investor anxiety about the future. Consumer confidence has declined, suggesting that people are less optimistic about their financial prospects. Moreover, manufacturing activity has slowed, indicating that businesses are becoming more cautious. These indicators, along with the factors discussed earlier, suggest that the U.S. economy is on shaky ground. Section 6. Weathering the storm potential solutions. In this section, we will explore various strategies and measures that can be taken to mitigate the risks and impacts of an economic recession. The goal is to create a more resilient and adaptable economy that can withstand the challenges posed by economic downturns. Addressing the risk of recession requires a multi-pronged approach. It is not enough to rely on a single solution. Instead, a combination of strategies must be employed to effectively tackle the issue. Collaboration between different sectors, including government, private industry, and international partners, is essential to create a comprehensive and effective response. Firstly, policymakers should work to resolve trade disputes and reduce uncertainty in the global trading system. Trade disputes can create significant economic instability, affecting businesses and consumers alike. By fostering open and fair trade practices, countries can promote economic growth and stability. This involves negotiating trade agreements, reducing tariffs, and addressing non-tariff barriers that hinder international commerce. Secondly, central banks can play a role by carefully managing interest rates to support economic growth without fueling inflation. Central banks have the tools to influence economic activity through monetary policy. By adjusting interest rates, they can either encourage borrowing and investment or cool down an overheating economy. It is crucial for central banks to strike a balance between stimulating growth and maintaining price stability. Thirdly, governments can implement fiscal policies, such as targeted spending or tax cuts, to stimulate demand and boost economic activity. Fiscal policies are powerful tools that can directly impact the economy. By increasing public spending on infrastructure projects, education, and healthcare, governments can create jobs and stimulate economic growth. Additionally, tax cuts can increase disposable income for households, encouraging consumer spending and investment. Finally, addressing income inequality and ensuring that the benefits of economic growth are shared more broadly can help strengthen the economy's resilience to shocks. Income inequality can exacerbate the effects of a recession, as lower-income households are often more vulnerable to economic downturns. By implementing policies that promote inclusive growth, such as progressive taxation, social safety nets, and access to quality education and healthcare, governments can create a more equitable and resilient economy. Ensuring that all members of society have the opportunity to benefit from economic growth can lead to a more stable and prosperous future for everyone. Section 7. Safeguarding prosperity, a shared responsibility. Preventing a recession is not just the responsibility of policymakers and economists. Businesses and individuals also have a role to play. Businesses can help by investing in their workforce, innovating, and adapting to changing economic conditions. Individuals can contribute by being mindful of their spending, saving for the future, and making informed financial decisions. By working together, we can navigate the current economic headwinds and safeguard our shared prosperity. Section 8. Key takeaways. Understanding the urgency. The U.S. economy faces a real risk of recession due to a confluence of factors including trade wars, weak consumer spending, and rising interest rates. Understanding the causes and potential consequences of a recession is crucial for individuals, businesses, and policymakers alike. Ignoring the warning signs or delaying action will only make the situation worse. It's time to take the threat seriously and work together to avert an economic downturn. Section 9. A call to action, time for decisive measures. In these critical times, we find ourselves at a crossroads. The choices we make today will shape our future for generations to come. The time for complacency is over. Every second counts, and the urgency of the moment cannot be overstated. We must rise to the occasion and take decisive action. We must act now to protect our economy and secure a prosperous future. This means coming together as a community, as businesses, and as individuals to make the necessary changes. Our collective efforts will determine our success. Policymakers need to implement sound economic policies that promote growth, stability, and fairness. They must listen to the voices of the people and craft legislation that addresses the pressing issues of our time. This includes creating jobs, supporting small businesses, and ensuring that everyone has access to the resources they need to thrive. Businesses must adapt to the changing economic landscape and invest in their workforce. This means embracing new technologies, providing training and development opportunities, and fostering a culture of innovation. By doing so, businesses can not only survive, but thrive in this new era. And individuals must make informed financial decisions and prioritize saving. It's crucial to understand the importance of budgeting, investing wisely, and planning for the future. Financial literacy is key to personal and collective prosperity. Let's work together to weather this economic storm and emerge stronger on the other side. By uniting our efforts, sharing our knowledge, and supporting one another, we can build a resilient and prosperous future. The time for decisive measures is now, and together we can make a difference.